Hello, friend. Here we are, gate 54. This one I have a few beliefs about and observations from our world. But so the 54 is about the gate of ambition, the marrying maiden. Um, so here's what's fun is that when you see the 54 to the 32, 44 to the 26, 21 to the 45. That is what we call the material way in human design, or BG5 terms. And if you see the 54, when you reverse it, it's the 45. And the 45 is the CEO or president. And the 54 is this ambitious, being that, steps in and really ambitious to work their way to the top in this material way. We are built to do that. Okay, so don't be upset or have this idea that materialism isn't for us, because that is completely incorrect. Do you think that Mother Nature would be as abundant as she is if she didn't want to share with us? She didn't ask us to rape and pillage her. She did, however, present her wares to us and, entrust that when we use our brains and our true self, that we will, love her and reciprocate to her. So that Marian maiden that wants to become the wife of the CEO or the president. So this is a tribal gate. This is about ambition, and ambition is a fuel. So isn't it fun that here we are in the channel of mutation? And in order for us to mutate, we have to have vitality, we have to fight for our individuality, and we have to become ambitious on the material plane. Like it or hate it, it doesn't matter, because this is actually built right into our genetic code. So as a tribal gate, this is the fuel and the ambition to transform the tribe's material direction. Tribal, support, material direction, food, shelter, water. All of that is, our necessity, our needs, and we're going to see that as we get to the 19th gate again. I've actually done the 41st gate and the 19th gate way in the very beginning, but I am going to redo it just so that there's this, this full cycle and pattern that people can see. But here's what I see. Okay. Now that I have completed the BG5 and the OC16 and the profit potential workshops, and again, all of that is, something that I have available for coaching for anybody that's interested. I see how we have this really, really distorted view of ambition. I just paused the video there quickly because I wanted to take a look at the Just Now chart. And what's been really fun is that the Saturn has been in the 54th gate for a few years now. And it's going to be moving out of there. But we got this real distorted view of ambition, and Saturn brings this disciplinary energy to us, right? And if we're not using it correctly, there's a discipline there. What is really interesting is that when I look at design, all of this, we are built to be ambitious. We are built to move up in the material world. However, nowhere does it say step on the other person's head. Because really what it's all about is this healthy competition. But if one person's winning and the other one isn't, that isn't healthy competition. That's the abuse that's the abuse that's happening in our world. It isn't about getting to the top by stepping on anybody else's toes. It's about getting to the top by fulfilling your personal potential. And your personal potential happens through that true self. And let me tell you, there is a shit ton of not self people that are super wealthy in this world. And they're still right full of fear that they don't have enough. And they're very devious and underhanded as to how they got there. And that is not what design teaches us. And I'm not saying that money is evil. Don't get me wrong. It's not about money. It has absolutely nothing to do with money. This has to do with the true self and the not self. So I don't want you to take this and go, oh, well, money's evil. No, I don't want any of that embedded into your unconscious mind. Money is beautiful because it is a currency. It is an energy. There's a frequency there. There's a value there. And you know what? I want to be valued, and so does money. So that's not what I'm saying. Money isn't evil. What I'm saying is the way the world has distorted the view of ambition has been very interesting to me. And again, we're all here to profit. Do not get me wrong. We are all here to make money. And it is just, really a reflection of our own value that we put on it ourselves. So we live our spiritual ideals through the mundane plane. And ambition is the fulfillment of our personal potential, right? We all have a definition, and we all have a not self, where we're learning, where we're gaining wisdom, or where we're being totally conditioned, distorted, unhealthy, blah, 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 okay? So our personal potential is built right into our definition. So the key to ambition is to follow the strategy and authority, right? If we're being ambitious in an unhealthy way, we get a very distorted look and view of ambition. So the world is riddled with people clawing their way to the top. And it's not about being underhanded, devious. It's about, being recognized for your potential. And you do that by living correctly. Of course, understand that the 5432, it's about, it's a projected channel. It's about invitation. But do you want to be invited for your not self or your incorrectness, I guess, is what I want to say, versus your true self and the message that you can provide to people? And again, it's all up to you. How you live your life is not up to me. I'm going to present you with the tools and the mechanics, and you get to move from there. However, I think that once our view of ambition becomes a healthy view, totally different. And there's no surprise to me why, coaching and life coaching and all of that, there's been a massive explosion in the last 10 years about this, because it's like, how can we, maximize our own personal potential? And here's what I love is that design really gives us the blueprint, the map of how that can happen. Because yes, we can be coached to do better at our weaknesses. Well, that's not what design says to us. Design says, trust your strengths, work on your strengths, and allow for the wisdom to flow through the not self. Not try to change yourself and be better at your not self. That's not what design says. Design says, stand in your own power and allow for the wisdom to just flow through you. So, if you have the 32nd gate that's pointing down to the 54th gate, so without a consistent fuel of ambition, you may blindly chase after materialism, blindly sleep your way to the top. Now, sleeping your way to the top isn't about personal potential. Ambition is saying, let's hone in and support your personal potential so that you can move up the material ladder, the material plane. So again, this is my frequency. Yes, I have the 54th gate and I also have the 45th gate. So there is an interesting dynamic that happens there for me. Now, if you want to know about your design, there is numerous ways to do that. And there's tons of human design people online, and that, you know, the information is exploding. So really, you know, use your strategy and authority to pick that person that you want to convey this information to you. And if it isn't me, that's okay. So enjoy the videos, and if you want to connect, that is excellent. Thank you.